Hi, this is Miss Villasenor, and we're going to be doing another lesson, and we're still focusing on real world positive and negative numbers. And make sure you write your notes, and some of the things I tell you, I might tell you to discuss with the partner, so you can always pause the video, talk to a partner about it. So we're going to begin with this situation here, and we're really going to be focusing on elevations. Okay, so before I have you, we'll go back to the picture in a minute. Go ahead and write down what you think elevation means. So what does elevation mean? Go ahead and pause, and you can discuss with a friend, and then come back, and then we can go over it. Okay, so hopefully you did what I asked you. You can also, once you figure out your thoughts, you wrote down what is elevation. You are able to Google it as well after your initial thoughts. First, I want you to think about it and then see if you were correct or you were on the right idea. But elevation is a geographic location where it describes above or below point. Okay, so we're gonna use real like real problems that happen, to us, and we're gonna make it into a number line. So we're gonna be focusing on a vertical number line. So let's go back to the word problem here. And here's the example that we're going to create a number line to describe these situations. And what it says is example 1, look at sea level. The picture below shows 3 different people participating in activities at 3 different elevations. With a partner, discuss what you see. And what do you think the word elevation means in this situation? So you already did that part. You already wrote down what you think elevation means. The next thing in your notes, go ahead and write down what these three different situations, what's happening in the picture. And go ahead and pause and return when you're ready. Okay, so this little guy right here is saying, I'm hiking, so I'm above sea level. And this person here is saying, I'm sailing, so I'm at sea level. And this guy down here says, I'm scuba diving, so I'm below sea level. So in your notes, you probably wrote something like that this guy, number 1, was hiking the mountain, so he would be above elevations of sea level. This guy that's in a sailboat is, in your notes, you're saying, you probably stated, or you can change it and say he would be at sea level because he's right at the ocean level. And this guy is below sea level. Oh, that was number 2, the sailboat guy. And then number 3, that guy right there would be, he would be below the sea level locations because he's going underwater. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to draw a vertical number line to model the elevation. So out of these guys here, we're going to call them number 1, number 2, and number 3. Who do you think would be at the elevation of 0? Well, I hope you're thinking about this, but yes, it would be the number 2 person. So we're going to go here and create a vertical number line. So I'm taking out my graph paper. Okay, so like we discussed, the 0 point would be the number 2 guy. That would be the sailboat, would be at the sea level location, at sea level. Okay, which would be the 0. Now, who do you think on this vertical line can we represent above 0? Which guy here? 1, 2, or 3? Yes, so above sea level, number 1. The number 1 guy, we can, the hiker, the elevation of the person hiking would be above 0 because she or he is moving higher above the water. Okay, so going back to our number line, we would show the number one person here, the hiker, being above 0, okay, or above sea level. So we'll put here the hiker. And then let's go back at our picture. And yeah, the next question is on the same vertical line, which person elevation do you think would be below 0? So it would be the scuba diver. The scuba diver would be below 0 because he's swimming below the surface of the water. And so when we go back to our number line, we would say he's below, somewhere around here, and we'll call him the scuba guy. I'm running out of room, so we'll just put the scuba. And so this would be below sea level, guy number 3. Okay. Now, what does let's focus on what 0 would mean again. So I want you guys to have an understanding. The area. What does 0 represent in this situation? It represents the top of the water. So if it's at top of the water, that would be considered at sea level, and 0 in our number line representation, okay, on a number vertical line. Now, in this example, which numbers would mean above sea level? Those would be your positive numbers. So the hiker would be in the positives. And in this example, what kind of numbers do you see below sea levels? Would be the negatives. So the scuba diver's numbers would show in the negatives. And on a number line, what does it mean to be at sea level? Remember, it is 0. At sea level represents 0. Now, things like elevation, so going back to your notes, elevation can mean it could be the height of a person, it can be a place or a thing above or below a certain point. So in this case, what would be the reference point? Going back to this, the reference point would be sea level. Okay, so other real world examples could be how tall people are, like I said, the height of a person. We can also describe a place, like where the places are located, or things that can be referenced as higher or lower a certain reference point. So the reference point would be the middle point, and those are some examples of that. Okay, so we're going to continue our number line, and we're going to do a number line that's by 5s, and we're going to go up to 30. So go ahead and create that on your notes. Okay, so you did your vertical number line that went up to 30. And if I was going to tell you certain numbers for the scuba, the sailor, and the hiker, okay, and then we're going to plot them right now. So on your number line, go ahead and locate. If I told you the scuba diver is 30 feet below sea level, you could pause and put your answer. And if you plotted 30 here, the scuba, below sea level, you're correct. It would be in the negatives, okay, because below sea level would be in the negatives. Now the next plotting would be the sailor is at sea level. Where would you plot that? So go ahead and pause. Okay, so hopefully you wrote your answer down, and it would be at the 0 level because he's at sea level. Okay, at sea level represents 0. Okay, and the last one, if I was to say the hiker is 2 miles above sea level, go ahead and write your answer and then pause. Okay, so the 2 would be a little bit above the 0. Okay, and that's where the hiker would be. Okay, and then again the sailor would be at the 0 mark. Okay, So above sea level would represent the positives, and then in word problems, they won't tell you, if you on the examples, they won't say the sailor is, or the scuba diver is at negative 30 feet below sea level. That is incorrect. You will just see that the scuba diver is 30 feet below sea level. You just have to know that that is in the below zero on the negative signs, okay? So, any questions or any extra information you need, go ahead and set up an appointment with your teacher and we'll give you some additional support. Thank you.